the most violent man I have seen in this game, and that proves it right there.
You know, Al, I keep thinking about you. I tried to shake your hand at a match a little while ago, a couple matches ago. You walked away with your nose up in the air. I know you're a good friend of this Bob Luke that wants the bruiser to beat up on me. He wants to stop me like a bed bug, and you would be happy to see it too. Why are you even on this program with me? The Godfather sent you here to try to look at that smirk on your face. I want to tell you one thing. I don't like you either, and if you don't get over here, by the time I count 3, I'm going to give you one of my... I'm going to start counting 1, 2. Did you see that, ladies and gentlemen? He run off because the tear that I have in this fist of mine, and Bruiser, all I can tell you is, I don't care if the Godfather told you to beat up on me. I'm going to use this fist. I'm going to hurt you. This Al Lerner, did you see the smirk on his face? The Godfather, who's not man enough to come here and interview me. He sent this Al Lerner here, and now I'm here by myself. Why do I need them people? I got the heart punch. I got Dick the Bruiser in there, and I'm going to tell you, he is supposed to do a job on me. But with this one punch, Bruiser, first it was Ladd on the ground. All I can tell you, don't get down. Don't lay with your back on that floor, or you're going to get hurt. And if Bob Luke, if you're anywhere near there, you're going to get hurt. And Al, I wish he'd have waited till I got up to 3, because I'd have hurt him too.
Boy, listen to these fans scream as Ladd is getting up. Ladd is getting up to his feet. He is up. He's fought his way back to his feet, and these 12,000 fans are screaming. Ernie Ladd is up. Oh! He throws a tremendous punch. Another one. There's that thump to the throat. Another thump to the throat. Now he's punching the ox, Ernie Ladd. As after the ox, the referee has been knocked out of the ring. Oh! Starr hit Ladd with that chair. Ladd was hurt. He was hit with the chair. Ladd is on the outside. The referee is counting. The referee did not see Starr hit Ladd with the chair. Ladd is hurt. He's counted out. The match is over.
We're going to talk with Chief Jay Strongbow in just a moment here as he holds the beautiful trophy, which is now in pieces. With us from the National Wrestling Alliance, Tom Ernesto, and quite a lot of action happening around here, Tom. A lot of new stars, talking about John Bonello, Randy Scott, Tim Talltree, the Davidsons. Things are really looking up for big-time wrestling.
Indeed so. I would say that we have some of the finest talent in the world here now. Of course, you can have none better than the Sheik, who has held the United States Heavyweight Championship longer than anyone. You've got men like Bulldog Don Kent, and a lot of young, up-and-coming wrestlers that are here, and they all seem to be coming to this area. Of course, the wrestling, the caliber of wrestling that we have here, I think is the best. And of course, you take men such as Don Kent, and presently the animosity and feeling that we have between Don Kent and the Chief here is something that I've never witnessed in close to 30 years in this business. And it's a very competitive world. We understand that wrestling is a very competitive world, and these are men that think a great deal of themselves, think a great deal of their fans, and certainly the Chief here thinks so very much of all of his young fans. And I feel, as a representative from the National Wrestling Alliance, that what Don Kent did to the Chief here is despicable. I don't think we have any place for this kind of individual in professional wrestling, and I think that something is going to have to be done. You're going to have to get a little tighter, a little stricter with your officiating. You're going to have to get a little bit tighter and a lot more stricter with the rules and regulations as they're laid down. I think, fine, in every professional sport, a certain individual, you have certain individuals that are going to try to stretch the rules a little bit and get away with what they can. Of course, this comes from being competitive. This comes from a man being out there trying to win, and that's what it's all about. But then when it gets down to a personal nature, such as the thing that Don Kent has done toward the chief, I think that's where something has got to be done to stop this type of individual. Because I know that the chief is very capable of inflicting a lot of damage, a lot of pain on a person. And I think the feeling that this man has from within is so deep and so deep-rooted, something very, very serious could happen. And I know that, and I'm sure you, the years that you've been around professional sports, you know professional athletes really get determined on something, they can do something. You're looking at a man here that's well over 6 foot tall, 245 or 50 pounds, sitting there with about 17 to 18 inch biceps on him. Very powerful man. He knows all the ins and outs. I'm not taking anything away from Don Kent, but I do believe that there's going to have to be something done to stop this thing where it gets so personal. Fine, competitiveness is fine. I think this is what it's all about. But this personal nature of things, it's just something's going to have to be done to stop it.
Jay, if you can beat my man, I will give you $5,000 personally. But you can't do it. And from Montreal, weighing 268 pounds, the Brute.
Managed by Sir Dudley Clements. The Brute is putting $5,000, rather Sir Dudley Clements, the wealthy, arrogant manager of the Brute, is putting $5,000 of his own money on the line to the man who can beat the Brute in a brass knuckles bout. And Hank James has picked up the challenge for a brass knuckles bout, and that's what this is. Hank James has challenged the Brute to a brass knuckles match. On his face is up on the apron of the ring. Hank James trying to hold the Brute off. Hank James on the ropes. The Brute on top of him. The Brute wears back and misses with a haymaker right. Hank James lays a left jab on the head of the Brute on the chin. The Brute not even putting up his protection now. Gives Hank James a headbutt. Hank James gives the Brute a headbutt. It's a standstill. A standoff, I might say. It's a standoff between these two stars. Brute falls back. He's tied up in the ropes. Hank James with a couple of headbutts put the Brute into the ropes. Has him tied up in the ropes. He gets a wind up, and here it comes! Right to the head. And another one. Hank James laying it on him. Hank James has given no quarter tonight to the Brute. In this brass knuckles bout, the Brute still tied up in the ropes. Comes out of the ropes now, grabs Hank James in the side headlock, hammers him with a right. The Brute pounding away with his fists. Deadly weapons of the Brute. These two fists. Here comes the Brute. Hank James right over the top rope. Hank James over the top rope onto the apron of the ring, knocks the table over. There goes everything. There goes the table and everything else. The Brute and Hank free-for-all battle. What a free-for-all battle this turned out to be. A brass knuckles bout between Big Money Hank James slammed him once. He body slammed him twice. Hank, distracted by Sir Dudley Clements, looked around and the Brute hammered him one on the jaw. The Brute hammered Hank James on the jaw. Hank James to his feet and the Brute hammers him again. Hank James falls backward. The count is in. The count is in. That's it. The count has gone to 10. It's all over. That's it. The count is to 10. Chuck Allen's going to try to get in the ring, but the Brute has beaten Hank James with a chair. The bout's over. It's pandemonium out here. We're trying to stay out of the way, and the Brute came right outside this ring, grabbed that chair, and has gone into the ring, and he is into it with Hank James. Chuck Allen is trying to make his way into the ring to make an announcement. I think we're going to get him now. Let's go. Here comes Bobo.
Hank James counting out the winner, the Brute.
The Brute has won it, but Bobo Brazil is in there. He has come to the aid of his brother Hank James. Bobo Brazil is putting it on the Brute there. Brazil coming in to the aid and the rescue of his brother.
Headlock Ranch down here now. This property belongs to me. As far as you can see, either way, either direction, there's not anybody supposed to be down here but me and my boys. Spider Grip, my Uncle Reaper Joe, and the whole bunch. That means you, Eddie Graham, George Scott, Jimmy Crockett, the whole pack of you. This is my private land. This is my haven. This is my place away from you and the National Wrestling Alliance. You understand what I'm saying? I've come down here to get my head together. I've come down here trying to understand, trying to find out what's going on, why my belt was taken away from me, why the great legend has fallen. I'm gonna tell you something. I found out something. Down here's where the people are. We settle everything our own way, man to man. Not a bunch of running around behind your back going to the president of the National Wrestling Alliance and stuff like this. Down here, winner take all. Any best man win, any way he can. I'm gonna be leaving on a world tour very shortly, and I'm gonna get my stuff together, and I'm gonna find out exactly what I've been doing wrong. Now, if I find the answer in Hong Kong, if I find it in Russia, no matter where it's at, I'll be coming back. And you can believe what I say, Eddie Graham and George Scott, you're gonna have to reckon with me. Because sooner or later, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back to claim the crown, the championship, the U.S. championship that belongs to me. And once again, whoa, Junior, once again, I'm gonna be the champion of all these United States, because you know and everybody in this United States knows that there ain't a man in the world today that can beat me.